Welcome back to Real Talk with INCODA. I'm here with actor Morris D. Small. Morris, how are you doing today?
I'm doing very good today. How are you?
Oh, I'm great. That's great to hear. Morris has done everything from TV, commercials, to training videos. Morris, can you share with everyone what you like most about acting, or what area in acting you enjoy most?
What I like most about acting is pretty much the entertainment. I've always liked entertainment. It started when I was younger. And the areas I would say would be action, acting, and probably behind the scenes as far as videography and directing.
So, what behind-the-scene roles have you done?
Behind the scene roles I would say I've done were helping and assisting other people with their projects, some videos at my job at the National Archives, some independent projects in Baltimore that I was a part of with the fight choreography with them.
Okay, you're being modest. I know you've done Secret Service roles or security officer roles. Tell us some of the...
I was featured as a SAG featured in Beat episode 3. We filmed at College Park, and it was in 2013 of October. And Julia Dreyfus, the director for Beat, was there. We filmed for, I'd say, about 2 or 3 days. Outside, we was actually at the University of Maryland. They tried to make it seem like they was in California, but they were actually at the University of Maryland at the time. So I was very excited to do.
And so I also know that you've done voiceovers, and so can you give us an example of one of your voiceovers? Like one of the cartoon characters?
I would say one of the voiceovers that I started was one of these. And then I would change it around and try to deafen everything. Oh, and well, if you think about it, it's been a long time since I've done it, so I'm a little rusty. So, yeah.
And what character is that?
I would say the last one is like an older grandfather, seniorish. I tried to work on accents in the past. Not too productive if I don't hear it too much. So if I don't hear the voice, I do it better. If I hear a British voice, I can do it right there. But if I was just to sit there and try to do it, it would be difficult. I have to hear it in order for me to, get the rhythm down.
Okay, and what brings you in this position today, being interviewed? What do you want to share, or what do you want to express as far as your career, and what is your goal as far as where do you want to be?
Ultimately, myself and every other actor in the States would like to ultimately be in New York and California to get into bigger productions. The market is really small in the DC area, and I just wanted to show the world that the DC area has talent, and I'm one of them. And I would like to be, hopefully, one of the next individuals to be up there, like Regina King, Taraji P. Henson, Clifton Powell, Samuel Jackson. All those people are DC natives, and I'm just trying to follow in their footsteps.
I particularly like your fight choreographing.
Oh, yeah.
And would you mind showing me some of your moves, showing everyone some of your moves? I know you don't have anyone to do it on, but could you show us, like some of your moves? What can you do?
Okay. This particular one was from Shades of Crimson. This was a short film that I worked with an independent director in Baltimore.
I'm sorry.
This particular fight scene was choreographed for an independent production named Shades of Crimson. And it was one of those, I guess, vampires fighting, trying to take over civilization and stuff like that. I was one of the head captains, and I had an elite group of military trained individuals. So one of the fight scenes that went down was in the garage, where I actually met the head vampire that I've been chasing for years. Draven, I believe that's what his name was. So in the actual scene that we catch him in the parking lot, I have a weapon, it's a sharp weapon. I really don't advise people using real weapons in fight choreography because it's like a dance. If somebody misses a step, it's going to be an injury involved without insurance. So basically, I attacked him, I jumped in the air and thrust. They did a slow motion action when I jumped up to make it look visual good. And I came down, and he was pretty much dodging everything. He's a vampire, so I'll swing like this way with the weapon, and he'll do a side step. Then I'll swing with the weapon across this way, he ducks. Then I come back with another one, catches it. They did a close-up on him catching the weapon, and he chokes me.
Oh no.
And I pretty much went down, and then there was a whole other fight scene behind that. So that's one of the ones, the only one that I've done so far, as far as fight choreography.
Okay.
Everything else has been training. I recently, I say as of 2014, 2013, I bumped into a stunt man who was out of fight grade. Actually, he's Captain America stunt man. His name is Sam Hargrave. He's actually on my website. I did an interview with him. And he gave me some tips. And he also introduced me to Chris Tucker, stunt man. So while they were here filming The Winter Soldier, when they was filming in DC, they were here, and that's when he called me and did a quick interview. So by the graces of God, he gave me the interview because he didn't have to do that. So.
Yes, I really like your, I've seen the interview and I really like your interviewing skills. I'm like, wow. So you can, branch out into that field as well.
I try to.
That goes to show that, you're great at what you do and, you have a lot to offer.
Okay.
So can you share with everyone, there's a lot of individuals out there that want to branch into acting. Could you give them some tips on, how to go about branching into acting, or, just where to start?
I would definitely say start the independent route. If you can speak with individuals that are in college, if you can speak with people that are in your community. I pretty much started off in church, in high school, in elementary, and I stopped for some years and I picked it back up. You can generally get roles in the DC area and go online and go to Central Casting. You can go to Carolyn Davis in Virginia. You can go to Kimberly Skirm in Baltimore, Pat Moran. They generally do and handle all the productions, and you can start off with extra work, get into the network more, because as an actor, when I started off, I was just thinking act, talent. There's a little more. You have to know more about the business. It's definitely, whoever you know, this is who you know to get you where you're at. More advice, network, hone your craft. There's always somebody out there better than you. Be the best that you can, present yourself, try to help behind the scenes with individuals, especially independents, because of these individuals like Steve Spielberg and George Lucas, all those guys were independents at one point, but they branched off so well and they kept that same cast and crew with them all those years. So I advise anybody, just be as helpful and mindful as you can about the craft and entertainment in general.
What about finance? What if you're struggling, but you have a goal and you have a dream and you know that you want to be an actor or actress, and you know that you can be successful at it, but you have issues with finance. How do you, go over that obstacle?
If you're in LA and New York, the typical job for an actor, I would say, is pretty much the restaurant route. I'm privileged to have and live in the Washington, D.C. area where my finances primarily come from my federal government position. I would advise people to try to find a flexible job where you can get away as much as possible. It can be retail, it can be Home Depot, Kinko's, any individual corporate company will pretty much suffice for it. Try to be as flexible as much as possible. I would definitely say if you can't go that route, try to volunteer for the actual production companies themselves, because a lot of people for Pat Moran and some of the casting companies in the area pretty much are the people that are doing the casting. They're not just casting people, they're also getting their resumes and stuff in front of casting directors as well and producers for the show. So that's definitely a good route to go to begin off if your finances are not substantial.
Okay, getting back to you. Let's say Steven Spielberg or, some great producer, director is watching this interview and you could get that role. What role would you most want to play in a film, feature film, TV, television, commercial, or whatever?
I would say any role, but to narrow it down, I would say more of an action role, a strong character with a slight humor to the individual. Okay, this is More Small, fight choreographer. I'm here with Tracy Franklin. You can look at my website at moresmall.com, and I want to thank INCODA, Real Talk with INCODA, for having me for this interview I have today. I'm going to do a quick scene with Tracy because he has a boxing background, which is real good for me, so he can go through the motion. You want to keep in mind when you're doing the choreography, it's like a dance. You want to get into a rhythm. A lot of actors may have good physical ability, but still need to learn the techniques, like myself included. So I'm going to start off with Tracy throwing a jab. We're in the stance. It's a two-person scene. He's going to come in slow with a jab, okay? Now he's going to throw a right hand and step back. We're going to come back again and down. He's going to throw another hand. Now right here, I can turn him to the side, hit him right here in the rib area, turn him back, and come in real quick with a knee grab by the head. And you put the camera angle behind him. That's the real fancy version of it. Now if we were to do it real fast, we'll speed it up a little bit, so it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. And I can catch his hand and come in, hit him right here in the rib real quick, turn him back, and I can attack him with a chop to the neck right here. Keep in mind, everything is a dance, everything is a rhythm. Safety and rehearsal is a must. If you're directing your own film, fight choreography, you can do what you want. If you're fight choreography for someone else and director, and they have a particular vision, it's best to not get set to what you want to do, unless they give you an open forum to do it, but follow the director. Because you may be good at fight choreography, but you might not be good at directing. The same goes hand in hand with that. You may be a great actor, but if you can't follow direction, you're not going to get a lot of gigs after that. You don't follow direction. They don't teach a lot of people that. That's all I have for right now. I want to thank Tracy Franklin for being here. My name is More Small. I want to thank you for watching my interview with Real Talk with INCODA.